Imagine a world in which your WooCommerce print-on-demand store runs completely on autopilot. No more designing products, no more worrying about managing inventory, no more social media promotion. Everything is totally hands-off. And if that sounds too good to be true, I thought so too, until I took Wondr AI for a test drive. Follow along as I implement this game-changing platform on a WooCommerce site and show you how you can set it up for your business as well in no time at all. Hi, I'm Bjorn from WP Learning Lab. Now let's get started. This is Wondr AI. I've had a chance to play with it already, and I think it's super cool, and I think you're going to agree by the end of this video. And you can check out the listing here. They've got a nice video with Jay in there, got a little commercial for the app. And it has not much going on. It does one thing, and I think it does it really well, and that is creating print-on-demand products automatically on autopilot. And that's the whole idea. And if we scroll down a little bit, we've got Jace, the founder here. We're going to go through our checklist of our AppSumo criteria that we look at before we try to invest in an early stage product like this. And we want to look at, does Jace have a thumbnail? Does it look good? Does he look happy and nice? And you can read about the company, see how old they are, try to get a sense of have they been around or were they just created 1 week ago to get their product in AppSumo. I like to see companies that have been around a little longer. If we check out their roadmap, we see that there's not too much going on. They want to integrate with a whole lot of stuff, which I guess is really the key to the app. I've tested out the creation of products, and that works really well. And if it can integrate with more platforms, that's just better, much better. So currently in progress, we have Leonardo AI integration, Launchcart, Printful, and then all the rest are coming soon. And hopefully one that you're into, a platform you use, is on here. And if it's not, I'm sure you can request it to be. If we go to their website looks great. It's a good looking site, nice and clean. Explains what's going on, how it works. We don't have to worry about how it works on this website right now because I'm going to show you live. Well, not live, but recorded in a little bit, and you'll see how it works. So the website's looking good. That's always a good thing to have. I like to see if they have an affiliate program, and Wondr AI does not currently. I find a lot of AppSumo apps don't have affiliate programs when they launch an AppSumo because they're brand new. Usually programs that have been around a little bit and understand their costs and understand marketing, they have an affiliate program. And the ones that don't is kind of a bit of a negative mark, I think. For the questions, I like to see that questions are being answered. If every question is being answered by somebody from the team of whatever app it is, that's great. So we have Austin here from Wondr AI, answered that question, and that one, and that one. I sometimes take time to read these questions. Other times I just blow through them to see just if the team's engaged and putting in the work in the questions area. And Austin is definitely all over it. So that's a big green check mark that he's in there. For the reviews, I like to see the same thing. I like to see the app owners or people that work with the app responding to reviews. Because why not? Usually they're good reviews or bad reviews. Either way, I want to see them respond and address whatever issues that person has or just say thank you for great feedback. That seems like just a nice thing to do. And Austin is answering every single one of them. So that's great. Check mark for that. Then we go to SEMrush, and we like to check out if there's any traffic existing before it launched on AppSumo. And I don't know the exact launch date offhand, but it's fairly recent within the past few months. And we see they have traffic dating back to March 2023. And if you recall, that's kind of when generative AI really started taking off. I think OpenAI launched in late 2022. I think, or is it 2021? Time flies. But it launched before Christmas, some year, a recent year. I think it was 2022. And then 2023 was just all about generative AI. And so this company couldn't have existed before then because it requires generative AI to do its work. And so I'm not surprised there's no traffic before then. So they probably launched the company around here, and they've been getting pretty steady traffic. It's been growing, which is great. And Google's helpful content updates slammed them a little bit as well, but they seem to have recovered from that. although their search rankings have not recovered. That recovery right there is probably AppSumo. So the big dip that you see right here is probably Google's helpful content update, where it seems like everybody got slammed. And then this pop here is AppSumo. Because you can see the rankings are not going back up. The rankings are still trending down. But then the traffic pops over here. So that must be AppSumo causing that. And so SEMrush checks out. It seems like they're around before they went to AppSumo. They didn't just create the app to go to AppSumo and make money on AppSumo. Let's check out the pricing plans or the tiers. We have $39 for 1,000 operations. And an operation, I believe, is one automated step. And you'll understand what that means later on in this video when I show you what the automations are. And these operations renew every month. So you can create and publish quite a number of products with 1,000 operations a month. But then if you start including social media posting in your automations and then order fulfillment in your automations, 1,000 operations might not go very far, to be honest. 10,000 would be better. Unlimited, even better. The only difference between these plans is the number of operations. And for $249, you get unlimited, which might be worth it. If you watch to the end of this video, it might just blow your mind. If you want to hop on right now and follow along with the app, click the link in the description down below. It is an affiliate link, so if you end up buying through that, I do get credit. It does not make it more expensive for you, but it helps me keep making these videos for free on YouTube. So let's hop into Wondr AI. This is it right here. We're logged in, and there's a getting started section with a lot of videos that you can watch. This video you're watching with me here right now, I'm not going to cover every single thing, but I'm going to just cover enough where you can decide if this is the app for you or not, or if you want to try it out or not. But there's even more to be learned and covered. And then Wondr tutorials, it seems like it's kind of the same thing as the getting started. It just doesn't have that getting started video at the top. So those two are kind of the same tab. And the Wondr engine is where the magic happens. You have to sign up for this. It's free. You just got to make an account. This is actually Make, which is an automation platform like Zapier. Formerly it was called Integrately, and I used to use it before I bought Pabbly, and it's great, but then Pabbly was a lifetime deal, and I was paying monthly for this, so I preferred to go to Make. And this is a white-labeled version of Make, just for Wondr AI. And this is me messing around with some stuff over the past few days. I'm going to show you what I was messing around with in just a minute. But first, we have to click on Wondr Engine to make that account. And we need to create an OpenAI account, and we have to add money to it. I added $5 to it, and I've used 11 cents to run 2 product creation sequences. One of them failed, so I got charged and didn't get anything for it. The other one worked. I got charged, and it worked. And from now on, it should work, so I worked out the kinks. But it's about, there's a more detailed chart of... And yes, I put Frank White in there as the name because I don't put my real name in OpenAI. But there's usage. There it is. So it costs me about 5 cents for every automation that I run. GPT-4, 1 cent. Image models, 4 cents. And hopefully with the way things go, those might reduce in price over time, but they also might not. So it took me 5 cents to create, 5 cents times 2 to create 2 different automation runs. And what that means, we'll also see in just a minute. So in addition to the cost of whatever tier you buy, you have to pay for your OpenAI API keys to make it work. And then once you have those OpenAI API keys, they go into the workflows, which we're going to check out right now, because these workflows are where the real magic happens. And the workflows are basically creating product images and then uploading those into Printify. And Printify, you also have to have an account here. It can be a free account, but you can also upgrade to a premium account later for more benefits. We're going to talk about that in a minute too. But first, let's look through these different templates you can get. These are all pre-built by Wondr AI. And all you can really do is look at the picture and then click on Launch Product, which we're going to do. Let's look at the premium workflows. Those were the basics. There's 12 of them, I believe, showing 0 of 100. But I believe there's 12 of the basic, or 11. And there's 85 of the premium. And these are just print-on-demand products. Some look pretty cool. Some, like the square picture on a shirt, look kind of lame. But what goes on the shirt is going to be up to you and the prompts that you choose and the prompts that you create. The prompts will be auto-filled when we click on Launch Product, but you can edit them to your heart's content. There's a lot of different product types that you can create, but there's not nearly as many as there are available on Printify. And that's good news. I'll tell you why in a minute. There we are at the end, and I'm going to choose the puzzle from the basic, this puzzle right here, because I used the puzzle in a previous one, and I want to use it again to see how it's different. You can see how it's different as well when we do the new prompt for it. Or actually the same prompt, but it'll be a different run through of the prompt, and it'll be a different design. If I click on Launch Product, for any one of those options, it goes into the Wondr engine, and here is the actual automation. And earlier when we were talking about the operations per month, I believe that each one of these is one operation. So you run this one time, that'll be 6 operations. And that way you can calculate how many operations you might need depending on how many products you want to create in a month. And I already have this imported, so I'm just going to go to my scenarios and open up the puzzle. And this is it right here. You recognize it's pretty much exactly the same. When you open yours, you're going to have to go into each of these and connect your OpenAI account. And it'll say here, connect account. And then you have to go back to OpenAI. You have to go to API keys. You have to click on new secret key. Just type in something here for your own use. Let's just type in test. Click on create secret key. Copy this into the field that you'll have for creating the OpenAI account. And then you're also going to need, let's go delete that one. You're also going to need your organization key, which is under settings right here, organization ID. You're going to need that as well. Those two things will connect to your OpenAI account. And as long as you have money in your account, if you go to billing, as long as you have a credit balance here, you should be fine. You should be all set up ready to go with OpenAI. And then you click into this one. You would add, once your connection is made, you can just pick it from a drop-down. So you'd make sure you add it to this widget here, and then you add to this widget here. And then for the Printify ones, you create a Printify connection. First, you create your Printify account, and then it walks you through how to connect them. I believe it's also just an API. Yeah, so you go to Printify, go to account, and then connections, and you can generate API keys. And then that's what you put in to here to create your Printify connection. And then for each one of these, you just make sure that Printify is connected. And if it is, you're almost ready to go. You also have to make sure you have the correct shop ID in here. For the shop ID, it took me a while to figure this one out. You can go in Printify, you can create as many stores as you want. So if you go to add new store, you can connect with any one of these platforms that's listed here, including APIs, which can connect to theoretically anything that has an API. So you need to have accounts with all of these before you can actually connect. And if you're using something like WooCommerce, it's a little more work because you have to create a WooCommerce site for one, but then you also have to go to WooCommerce settings, go to advanced, go to legacy API, make sure this checkbox is checked. So the enable legacy REST API is turned on. Click on save changes. Here it says it's going to be removed in WooCommerce 9.0. So hopefully it's going to be a workaround for that for Printify. And then you have to go to, after you save changes, you go to permalinks under settings, and you have to choose anything besides plain. So make sure you're using some kind of permalink structure. I recommend post name. That's the best for SEO. Then you have to go to plugins, add new plugin, look up Printify. I already have it installed and activated because we're already connected, and it's only got 3 to 5 stars. Untested with the current version of WordPress. I installed it and it worked, so hopefully it works for you as well. If you're doing this on a live site that's actually getting traffic and everything, you might want to back up your site first, just in case. I've got a tutorial in the description down below that's going to help you back up your site and restore it if you run into trouble. So we have Printify installed now. Those are the 3 things you have to do with your WooCommerce site. And then you can go back to Printify, click on WooCommerce, enter your store URL, which is just this URL up here. Paste it in there, connect. When I click this, it's going to say it's already connected, but you're going to see a pop-up tries to pop up. That pop-up that pops and disappears, that is then connecting to the store. To then you have to click a button to allow the connection, and then you're connected. It's as easy as that. There's a bunch of steps, but they're not that hard. Then we have WooCommerce connected. So if we click into our connected WooCommerce store, we see we have this one puzzle here already. And then that connection is required to finish this automation. So the last thing we have to do, beyond what we did earlier, is click into the Printify sections or automations and look if there's a shop ID field, and then select the correct store. In this case, WooCommerce store. And then we have WooCommerce store in this one, and then this first one doesn't have a store ID, but if it did, you want to select WooCommerce. And then you can basically hit run once, and it's going to create the product and put it into Printify first, and then from Printify, it's going to put it into your WooCommerce store. We also have an Etsy store connected. You can have as many stores connected as you want. And how that works in here is you can create a branch. So if we go to Flow Control, Router, click on Router. Hold on, let's unlink. Connect that to the router. We'll delete that module, and then we can take this and connect it to there. So now we have that same path that we had before, but we can add another path here that then connects to the the Etsy store we have in here. Then we can do the same thing and create another path to Shopify, TikTok, eBay, 5 other WooCommerce stores, 3 Walmart stores, 15 big commerce stores. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many. As long as your automation works, which it will if you set it up properly, it'll create product. It's going to create one product in this first step, and it's going to distribute that same product to all those places, to all your stores that you have to have connected in Printify over here. So just having the connection here isn't enough. You also have to automate that creation and connection in here. I'm just going to refresh, and it should go back to what we had. So I wanted to connect to Shopify right now. There we go. And what else? There's a lot going on in Printify as well. We're not going to touch on that too much. We're just doing the product creation in this video. And I think something really important before we actually create this product is we have a bunch of people on AppSumo who are buying Wondr AI. I can guarantee it. A whole bunch of people are buying it. And most of those people are going to make this t-shirt, make this bag, make this shoe. And they're going to stop there. But if you want to get ahead, which I think you do, that's why you're watching this video, you want to go to Printify, go to their catalog, because there's so many things in here. Jewelry, for example. You can have things printed on jewelry. And you can have this be automated with Wondr AI. You just need to set it up. And most people won't. Let's see. There's other ones. Games. Puzzles. Have a golf ball, custom golf ball. Ping pong ball with your logo on it. How cool would that be? So you'd want to go in here and find products that aren't listed in Wondr AI, and there's lots of them. There's lots of products on Printful. And if they execute on their roadmap here, I said Printful again, didn't I? There's lots of products on Printify, but they want to integrate with Printful as well. And I don't even know which other ones of these. TeePublic must be print on demand. Some of these are going to be print on demand. Some of these are going to be carts, like stores, and some of them are going to be, well, those two things, stores and print on demand. So if they integrate with those, there's going to be even more products available. So you want to make sure, I think if you want to get ahead, is you create products that aren't listed here. You can use these to kind of figure out how these automations work, figure out how to create custom products. The custom products shouldn't be too hard. Inside Printify here, not that first one, that's uploading an image. For creating a product, we can choose the product blueprint, jewelry box. So the jewelry box is not on the list over here, I'm pretty sure. Jewelry. No, so it's not, at least it's not in the title, but the title matches what the product ID is. So you can connect a different product to here. You can customize all the things you want customized. In case of this puzzle, you have variants like number of pieces and the price. The price is in pennies, so that's not $8,000, it's actually $80. You can pretend there's a decimal after the second zero from the right. So then this variant here is 1,000 pieces, and it's $100 for that one. And you can customize all this stuff. There's going to be some testing, especially when the first time you do it, but you'll be able to add your own products from Printify and automate them through Wondr, and then have things that aren't on here. So you're going to set yourself apart instantly from people who are just using these products here, and hopefully make more sales that way, because it won't be as flooded as these easier ones will be. Now that all that's been said, let's click on Run Once and cross our fingers. It worked last night. Let's see if it works today. So it's running the automation. This is basically the progress bar of the automation. Sometimes it goes all the way around. Sometimes it doesn't. That one's done. That one's done. And done. And done. 2 more. Done and done. Boom. Automation ran. If we go back to our usage here over in OpenAI, going to see another ping for, well, it's 9 cents in total, but that added, it's a little bit cheaper. Must be like surge pricing. Although here it says we use 15 cents. Anyway, it was about 4 cents for the image and about 1 cent for GPT-4. I think you can use that for your budgeting. Now, if we go into Printify, go to our WooCommerce store, we have a new puzzle. Look at that. Very similar because it's the same prompt. The prompt, I didn't show you what that was. The prompt is in this very first one. We have this prompt that's pre-filled by Wondr AI. You can change this to your heart's content. That's another way to stand out from the regular ones. A lot of people would change those prompts to stand out from what you have here. Even better to stand out by adding more products as well. But we have the prompt. We can even change the model if we want. We don't have access to, I guess there is only DALL-E 3. We have DALL-E 3 there, and I think pretty soon, if we get this roadmap figured out, we'll have Leonardo AI, which also generates images, I believe. Anyway, for sure it generates descriptions and stuff, so you could have different AI models doing different stuff. So there's the prompt that's used, and that creates the image. And then this one, what does this one do? Creates a name, and then creates a description. And then those things are all put together, and we have this puzzle right here. And it shows as published. That means that it went to our store. If this had a publish error, which I got a lot of yesterday, it means it didn't go to your store. One of the reasons I was getting so many publish errors, I found out, was you can choose what to sync at the bottom. You can choose product title, description, mockups, colors, sizes, prices, and SKUs. I found that mockups was causing an error. So if I uncheck that and I press publish, it worked just fine. So that's what I found. It might not work the same way for you, but at least connecting to my WooCommerce store setup, that's what happened. And if we go to our WooCommerce store and we go to products, that new one should be there. There it is. Let's view it on the site in the store. There it is. It's got the product images. Super slick. Choose different variants. Then you can add to cart and check out. Then you got to connect back to Printify to actually fulfill it. But that's a huge task done. The design and creation of the product in Printify done in seconds. You want to see how fast that was? Let's do it again. Less than 2 minutes for sure. Less than 2 minutes. And then you can also automate your social media based on this. Because once this is made, You could have another branch, how we made the branches earlier. You could have another branch that sends out images, titles, description to social media with links to whatever store you want to connect to on whatever social media account. And again, that's also unlimited. How many social media accounts you can connect to through this Wondr AI engine or make.com is unlimited. And that's where this 1,000 operations starts to be very heavily limiting, because when you're doing all that stuff, it's all automated, you're going to want more than 1,000 operations for sure. For sure. So now we have another one. Let's go to Printify, My Products. There's the new one right there. Still unpublished. While that's doing that, let's change this prompt. Let's try this. Create a Disney cartoon-esque design with lots of fun cartoon characters that kids would enjoy. Place the characters in a fun environment where they can all enjoy themselves. And that's pretty terrible. But just off the top of my head, you can use AI to make this a little fancier, a little more special. The more you can describe what you want, the better results you're going to get. But let's run that. Let's look at the one that finished just now. That's the one there. That's published. You'll notice the names are always different. This is an Isolde Van Doorn puzzle. It sounds so fancy. Isabel Fontana, Isabella Cortez's. Sounds so fancy, but the AI is actually in this step. Which step? This step right here? Here it is. Create a name for a made-up artist. And that's who is supposed to be making this picture. So that's got to make a lot of sense for this cartoon one, because it's made up a name for a made-up artist from the 1600s. Let's see what it came up with. Refresh this and cross your fingers. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I guess kids from the 60s might enjoy this design. This is kind of like, reminds me of Candyland, that really old board game that was redone. But anyway, it's a unique design, right? If you have a kid's toy store, that might be something that does really well. You never know. And the fact that it almost cost you nothing to set that up makes it worthwhile to try it. You have no, there's no downside to trying it. I'm just going to wait till this is published. Usually doesn't take too long. There it is, published now. And these should all now be in our store. Let's go down to categories. That's where it's putting them all. And there it is. Live on our store. Now, if you have the automation running that promotes it on social media right now, right after it's on your store, and then people buy it, and then it's fulfilled through Printful, you don't have to do anything. You don't do anything. It's actually, it seems like it's too easy. Like it shouldn't be allowed. Because this, we've been going over here and pressing run once, but you can schedule it. You turn this on, bing, right there. Right now it's going to run every 15 minutes. You can change this to as low as every 5 minutes. You can have this running and creating new products and doing that whole automation sequence, including posting to your social media. It just seems too easy, right? It seems too easy. But that's what it is. And if you're not doing it, your competition's going to, so you might as well hop on the train. And of course, that's just one product of the umpteen zillion that you can use. There's an operations tab over here. Because I was just thinking, that's just one product of the umpteen zillion. This operations, man, you're going to blow through that so fast, especially if you start making sales. This is just going to be, you're going to be like, how many operations can I do? And only 1,000. Only 10,000, even 10,000. Once you have something running and actually works, like 10,000 is nothing. Unlimited is something. You can work with that until maybe Wondr AI is like, there's too many people sucking on the straw with unlimited. We got to charge them some money. And at that point, hopefully you're making money and you can afford it. But you're going to blow through those credits in no time. And here we can buy extra credits, one-time fee. This would be $10 for 1,000 operations one time. And you're getting 1,000 operations every month. So you're prepaying 4 months worth essentially, and then it's all free from there. $20 for 5,000, $30 for 10,000, one-time fee, again, if you're using these operations, it wouldn't take long to make one of these plans here very worthwhile because they renew every month. Under recent, we might see our operations. No results found for some reason. Let's see, what else is there? We're almost done. We have some Shopify themes. So if you're using a Shopify store, you could use some of these. And again, you got a ton of people buying this on AppSumo. Most of them are just going to use one of these themes, and maybe that's okay, but maybe you want to stand out and be a little unique. So you might want to buy your own premium theme or make your own. The Wondr apps, these allow you to connect to, oh, there's Midjourney. I wonder if you can, because we're not limited to just these apps. If we add, click on there, we can add all these different apps, including Airtable. I don't know why Airtable, Make has a load of apps you can choose from. And this is a smaller subset that's only for Wondr AI. So I don't know why they would choose to have Airtable on there. It just seems, oh, there's Claude. You can use that to generate. Airtable just seems weird for this kind of app. Anyway, there's a bunch. You can also request more. There aren't many social medias on there. There's X, there's TikTok, which you have to post videos to, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram for business, Facebook Messenger, and Pages. You can request other ones as well, and the help team will put them on here for you. And you can request ones that Make has. So if you wanted to see what other options you could possibly have, I think Make has a list on their website. Apps and services. Yes, so they have a list here. I think they have over 1,000. And Wondr AI just uses a small subset of these. But if you find something you'd want to have on this list that's not in Wondr AI, you can ask the Wondr AI support, and they will, from what I understand, add this app. Maybe for everybody or maybe just for you. Add it into here so you can choose it. And that's Wondr AI in a nutshell, isn't it? All these different apps here. I'm not 100% sure what all these apps are for. I haven't tried all these out yet. So it might even just extend your abilities even further. Not that they're far enough already, just with automating the products and getting it into your stores and then having Printify fulfill it. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So if you want to check out Wondr AI, head over to AppSumo. Click on the link in the description below. It is an affiliate link. If you end up buying through that, I get a credit, but it does not make it more expensive for you. But it helps me keep making these videos for free on YouTube, and I really appreciate the support. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make when they're trying to make money online is having a slow website, because most of your visitors are not going to wait for your site to load. If you're interested in speeding up your website, then this video right here is for you. Check it out.